Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show hosted by a basement dweller who grew up scrounging terrible fan subs on sketchy websites prior to the convenience of modern streaming, alongside a willfully ignorant soul whose only knowledge of anime comes from the shows forced upon him here. This show will contain spoilers, incorrect information, and copious amounts of adult language. Our hosts are not experts on any topic, and everything they say should be taken with a grain of salt. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And I ask the friendly neighborhood Satanist out on a date.
I'm Sean Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase.
Rem, last week was a little bit rough.
That's underselling it a bit, but I would agree.
I feel like, so last week, lately, Rem, if you recall, we did basically a month of really solid anime. And then we did that anime. I primarily chose that anime because people have been complaining lately, in emails and tweets and all that jazz. Just minor like, hey, you're being real nice to Rem lately. So I figured I would.
Yeah, you changed it up pretty significantly.
Yeah, I think I might have pushed the envelope a little too far. If I'm honest.
Yeah, I feel hurt me pretty deeply. But hey, now it's Valentine's celebration, you know? And maybe if you love me, you'll never do that again.
Well, for me to do that again, Remington, that would either mean going back and revisiting that show, which no, I don't think I could do that to myself, let alone do that to you. I mean, I'd have an easier time doing it to you if I didn't have to rewatch it myself, but fuck me if I'm gonna rewatch it. Hell no. Instead, Remington, I'm going to do the most romantic thing I've done for you in a while.
Well, Sean, actually, before you do,
oh, fuck
I
off,
wanted
Rem.
No, I'm not taking over. I'm not taking over.
Okay.
All right.
Oh God, thank Christ. All right, yes. What, Rem? What's up?
But it is Valentine's Day, so I decided that I was going to write you a love poem.
No, Rem, no. It's not another sad lib, is it?
No, not quite.
Okay.
That being said, I only half wrote it. I had a collaborator, Sean.
Uh-oh. Who was your collaborator, Rem?
It may or may not have been AI Dungeon.
Oh, okay. Huh. And this is going in the episode, huh?
Yeah. I thought, well, it's Valentine's Day, so without further ado, it's a short poem.
Okay.
All right. It is a poem about love and anime, and us. Love is in the air, so let's all get together and watch some anime. Have you ever wondered what kind of anime Sean prefers? Here is a list of their top picks.
Oh, shit.
Number 1, you. That's right, Remy, you. Along with anyone else who has ever listened to your podcasts. You would sometimes spend ridiculous amounts of money there at the Maid Cafe because it was just so fun. That's right, Remy, you. The love poem all along, it's that I am Sean's favorite anime.
Oh, God. That's really sweet, Rem. That's
Thanks.
really nice of you.
Thanks.
I'm glad that you defined yourself as my favorite anime. That's very good. Very sweet, very romantic. And speaking of romance, what better way to be romantic than to give you a treat, Remington?
God, I need one.
Yeah.
Last week undid like the entire month of Goodwill.
You just don't have any faith in me anymore after what you went through.
We had a month of solid anime, and then it all came crashing down. Well, okay, we had a month of solid anime and one weird wonky one. But oh fuck, last week.
Well, Rem, as I mentioned last week, there is a new anime season out. and I figured the best way to celebrate Valentine's Day and a whole new anime season, as well as to help us fucking recover from the monstrosity that we just experienced, I figured I would give you another choice.
Okay, perfect. I get to pick my poison, choose my own damnation.
Yes, after all, because since you chose my favorite anime for you to be you, and all of our podcast listeners, of course, I don't forget about you guys. You are also still my favorite anime.
Yes, they were included in that.
It's just Rem is at the top of the list, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules. AI Dungeon does. But this time, Rem, normally I'd give like vague hints or like weird vibes to the show to help you decide. This time around, I just kind of chose 3 with interesting titles.
Okay, interesting. All right.
And you can ask one question about each one,
Okay.
and I will give you an answer.
But it may not
Might
be
not
a
be.
good answer.
No, oh no. Fuck no. You're not getting that easy.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I may be genuine and give you a good answer, or I might just be purposefully vague to keep things interesting.
Okay, perfect. All right.
And the idea here is these are all 3 brand new series, and they are not complete piles of dog shit.
Okay, I like the sound of that. All right, what's the first one, Sean?
All right, the first one is simply titled SK8 or Skate the Infinity.
Okay, my question is going to be, are we talking about roller derby or Tony Hawk?
Little of both, really.
Interesting. All right, next anime.
Next anime, I have Horimiya.
Ahoy Mia.
Horimiya.
Ahoy Mia. Okay, so it's not like ahoy Mia. Okay.
Hey Mia, how you doing? You ready to jump on my pirate ship? No, it's not that.
I like that pirate voice you have there, Sean.
Look.
Hello there. I am a pirate. I'm Johnny
Yar
Redbeard.
par. Yar, hop aboard me deck there.
We're
Oh,
going
God.
for some booty.
Yes, that sweet, sweet anime booty. This is my authentic pirate voice.
All right. Well, and you
Sounds
said
like a
this,
British actor doing an American accent. Jesus.
You said it was an interesting title, and yet it just seems like I can't make anything heads or tails of it.
That's what makes it interesting.
Oh God. All right. What's Mia's deal?
The best way I heard it described as was let's see. Yes. The best way I've ever heard it described was from popular YouTuber Mother's Basement. Their deal is they're kind of a crouching dweeb hidden himbo.
Okay.
And that's such a good line. I have to give credit to it because I'm not a thief.
All right. All right.
All right, and the last one is probably the most interesting title, Wonder Egg Priority.
Okay. How horny is it?
I would say it's the opposite of horny.
The opposite of horny. Interesting. All right.
If the opposite of horny is like sad and depressing.
You know what, it's Valentine's Day, y'all. Sad and depressing. It's the best day for that. Let's go the sad egg. Let's go sad egg.
So we're doing Wonder Egg Priority. Is that your final answer?
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, let's do it then. So Rem, brief synopsis of what you missed. Skate the Infinity. Easiest one to describe. It's literally a bunch of Technicolor, pretty boys, skating downhill and occasionally bumping into each other.
Oh, but of course.
Horimiya. Really cute, super shoujo, romance, thing where there's a awkward, nerdy-looking guy that looks a bit like Dylan. But in actuality, he has a bunch of tattoos and piercings and is a bit of a dumbass. Just fun, cute little romance thing. That would have been like the most appropriate for Valentine's Day, I think. I slipped that in there for that reason, but you know, I that's fair. And Wonder Egg Priority, the one that you chose, the one that we're going to delve into today. I'm gonna be honest, Ram. It's an experience.
Oh God. All right. Okay.
So
Am I prepared?
It's kind of hard to prepare you for this one, man. It's one of these shows that I feel like people just kind of need to jump into, but I will give you a brief idea. It follows the story of our main heroine, Ai Oto, if I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
All right.
Ai. We just call her Ai. And she's got the big old depresso, as the kids say.
Yeah, all
And-
the kids are saying it.
Hey.
All those Zoomers just being like, "Oh, hey, I have that venti depresso." You know what I mean, fellow kids?
I didn't know all Zoomers were pirates. And that is my best joke. The podcast is done.
Unironically, that might be the funniest moment of the entire podcast. That might be.
And that's it.
Oh, we peaked. We peaked.
That's it. This was the last episode of the podcast. We're not even going to watch the anime now.
Anyway, as you were saying, sad egg.
Sad egg, yes. And
I is a sad egg.
the egg itself is not sad.
Okay.
I herself is. The egg, well, I suppose you could consider I an egg, but that it just depends. It depends on your perspective, really. And that perspective is limited because I've only seen 3 episodes at this point. Because it's a new series.
Yeah.
But she's feeling really sad and doesn't really feel like she has much left to live for. And one night, she just kind of follows the instructions of a mysterious entity and gets roped into doing a bit of gacha. You are familiar with gacha, right?
Oh wait, isn't it? Okay, wait. Okay. So it's something like, but not necessarily exactly like mobile games that take all of your money and then have an anime character who tries to convince you to give you all of your money.
That's not too far off, right? That's definitely what gacha means in a modern sense. But gacha is just the shortened version of gashapon machines, which are those little crank toy capsule games. You know, you put your money in, you crank them, and you get a little random toy out of them.
Of course.
In Japan, they are way cooler than they are stateside. Like, oh my god, gacha machines in Japan are way cooler because they actually have like
I've seen some examples and they're insane.
Yeah, like some really cool quality things. And modern day mobile games have a gacha mechanic where, yes, you can get limited edition like images and icons and abilities and things like that, and it's very dangerous. We might have to actually do a bonus episode on the world of gacha because I've dipped my toe in a couple times, and it's a very scary place, Remington.
Yeah.
She gets convinced to do some gacha where she goes in and rather than a mobile game, this is actually a proper gacha machine, and she gets an egg out of it.
Of course, as we all hope one day to do.
Yes, a wonder egg specifically.
Hey, man, I love the bread. Why would I not love the egg? They gotta diversify.
And there's the second best joke of the podcast right there. Holy shit. We've got, and then she breaks the egg and some weird shit happens.
Oh.
And that is all I feel comfortable explaining to you.
Okay.
Because this is an experience, Rem.
Is it a cosmic egg? Is it Pandora's egg?
Yes?
All right, cool. Okay, let's crack
And
this baby open.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, my man. Look, man, all you need to know is when you give a depressed girl an egg, sometimes weird, fucked up shit happens.
The anime sequel to When You Give a Mouse a Cookie.
Yes.
The anime adaptation. They have taken some creative liberties, might I say. All right, well let's do it.
All right then. Without further ado, let's jump into some Wonder Egg Priority. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after consuming 3 whole episodes of Wonder Egg Priority. And Rem, was I correct in describing how it's kind of an experience?
Yeah, you know, Sean, out of all the descriptions, I think the opposite of horny is pretty apt.
Yeah. It doesn't get much less horny than this particular show.
Yeah, it's Oh boy. To the extent I'm very unsure on how to discuss it. I'll sort of cover like the first episode, and it's gonna be an interesting one. It's gonna be a weird one, y'all.
Yep.
But I won't bury the lead. If you even mildly think this might be something interesting, I'd recommend checking it out, seeing what's out there. And that's like the most substance-filled thing I'm gonna say this entire second half. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because it's one of those shows that you don't know what it's gonna be like till you experience it yourself. Because it's weird.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, to give people an idea, right? So we get introduced to oh, not a great sign. I'm so bad with names. Okay, yeah, I was trying to think of her last name because people okay.
Oto.
Anyway, okay, Oto. So we get introduced to her. She's found a dead firefly on the ground in the middle of the road. So she takes the dead firefly and buries the dead firefly, where then the firefly is reborn and starts chatting up to her and is like, "Hey, I got a great bargain. First one's free. Go get yourself a Wonder Egg." So she does. And so then we don't even like go see her get the Wonder Egg. It's just like her sleeping with the Wonder Egg in her bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she tries to sneak out, but when she tries to sneak out, suddenly maybe she's dreaming because she's at her school now, and there's some like bullies going on, and it's a nice mysterious vibe. And then the toilet paper talks to her and is like,
wait.
"Break the egg."
Wait, hold on.
So
Rem. You can't just speed past that. You can't just tell me something like, "Oh, the toilet paper talks to her and breaks the egg," without like any kind of elaboration or any kind of like delving deeper. Like there's got to be more to that, Rem.
Nope. It's just if you need any assistance, the toilet paper is also the reincarnated firefly. If that helps you out on that little path there, if that helps clarify things for you.
I mean, I feel like I understand things a bit better, maybe. I mean, it's the first time I've ever been faced with toilet paper talking to me, you know?
Yeah.
Usually I'm the one
So-
talking to it and saying, "Dear God, why?"
I too ask existential questions of my toilet paper, but this isn't about that. It's about different existential questions. So the toilet paper is like, "Break the egg, you little bitch." So I throws the egg at the toilet paper and it cracks, and she's like, "Oh no, I don't know if I was even supposed to do that." And out of the egg grows, and out hatches another teenage girl from it. Fully clothed, thank God.
Yeah.
Once again, opposite of horny.
Very much the opposite of horny.
So a girl's there, and she's just like bright and bubbly and happy, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we probably want to get the fuck out of here." And I was like, "What?" And then there's an axe murderer girl with a bunch of demon gremlins hopping around the school hallways and coming after them.
I feel like I missed something, Rem. Did I? Or is
Nope.
it really as absurd and strange as you just made it sound?
Especially this first episode, Sean. so they run away. They run away as you do when you're being chased and slashed by an axe murderer and a bunch of little gremlin demons. And there's a janitor's closet locker thing, and they hop in there, and fortunately it's Narnia rules, so they go through it into the cafeteria, and they chill in the cafeteria for a minute, and they start chatting. They talk. And it's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And it's like, "Oh, you're from a different world, so you're safe. So don't worry, you're like immortal here unless they get your eyes." Which, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, that's very
but-
specific.
But they're just coming after me, so you're fine. And they have a nice little awkward, weird conversation. Eventually they separate, and I goes through a flower door in the middle of the hallway where we get introduced to, and heavy theme warning here.
Yeah, big content warning here. When we say opposite of horny, we mean emotional trauma to the highest degree.
So, now I is at the top, at the roof of the school, and there's a statue, and the statue is of her friend Koito, and Koito is her only friend who committed suicide, and there's lots of like ambiguity around the situation thus far. We get it sort of introduced to Koito, and Koito essentially became friends with Ai by being like, "Hey, you and I are gonna be best friends," and so they were, which is how Sean and I met.
Yes.
Fun fact.
Yes. We were running away from knife wielding gremlins, and Rem just walked up to me and was like, "Hey, we're gonna be best friends," and I was like, "All right, cool."
And there we were. So, on another rooftop, I can see the egg girl getting attacked by gremlins and the axe murderer, and she's like, "A friendship. I need a friend. I need to help her." So she jumps from one rooftop to another, transforms her pen, because she has a very specific pen. You know those pen where it has multiple colors, the red, blue,
and you try,
green, and black?
Yeah, and every kid tries to like get two colors at once, even though it's not physically possible. But damn it, you wanted two colors at once.
You're gonna try, goddammit, and you'll try to do all of them, and that is even less satisfying. Yeah, it's a clusterfuck, but that transforms into like a Keyblade situation.
Yeah, like a big old mace, I would call it.
Yeah, and she uses that to save Egg Girl. Then Egg Girl disappears.
Like in a cloud of dust, right?
Yes. Then, she wakes up, she goes to get breakfast, and she realizes that even though her wounds heal in the world, she sustains them a bit in the actual world. So she just has a gash on her side and faints and goes to the hospital. And her parents are like, "The fuck?" And next time she goes to grab an egg, she meets a sort of like maid girl that's also getting an egg. And that's the first episode.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, Remington, how much would you say you understand at this point?
All right. So after the first episode, you understand, like, obviously, best friend suicide. It's implied that there's some underlying themes with that we don't know about. We're told that essentially Koito, the friend, she can be saved if I saves enough egg people. Yeah, that is the... For however much I described, I have quickly summoned up the totality of my knowledge.
So what you're saying is it's a bit of Madoka mixed with extra weird sauce.
Yes, very, very weird. This is definitely, like, it's still very uncertain, like, how much is real, how much is not, what's the fuck is going on. There's so many elements here. I'm not gonna do a play-by-play by the other episodes, but I'll like hit the main points as well. But mainly, from what I gather, Wonder Egg Priority, it's a show about trauma, grief, friendship, regret, just all that wrapped into one little egg.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, shit. Oh, God. Shit's pretty fucked. Shit is pretty fucked. Like, I want to describe more about the themes, but I don't even really know, like, how to. It got a visceral reaction out of me, and I'm sure that most people will be in the same boat. Obviously, if you are not able to handle these very, very strong themes, because, like, suicide is not the only one.
No.
It is a major one.
Oh, God.
But
no.
there are many, many more. Like, the next episode, the egg girl is a gymnast who's being heavily abused by her coach, and shit gets real fucked up there. There's just all sorts of messed up things going on. We get introduced to, obviously we meet Maid Girl, who's more like stoic, but gradually becomes friends with Ai.
Yeah, that'd be Nehru.
Later on, Nehru. And then we meet Rika, who wants to be like the epitome of an idol e-girl, basically.
Yep.
All about aesthetics, but maybe not some self-harm tendencies and some obvious regression coping going on.
Yeah. It's not happy, is it, Rem?
No. It's one of the least happy shows we may have ever seen on this whole podcast, Sean. It gets real fucked up. And don't get me wrong, I like the show. I appreciate the show. I think it has a lot going on. I think it does what it does well. It'll be very interesting to see how it continues. to develop, but sweet Jesus, shit's fuck.
Yeah, especially considering, like, including the things we watched, a couple more episodes have come out since the ones that you've watched. I believe we're on to episode 5 now, question
Okay,
mark?
so there are 2 episodes that I have not seen.
Yes, and, oh man, we're getting into themes of molestation, gender identity, ooh, man, there's just all kinds of really,
Yep.
not fun stuff going on. And yet at the same time, it's all wrapped up in a very colorful, very interesting to look at box that I can't look
extremely
away.
vibrant. The art and the animation are extremely well done. It's just a very strange experience. It feels like an indie game in a lot of ways. Just real experimental, but a lot of heart and soul put in. And so I appreciate it. There's one critique I have.
What is this critique?
It is nitpicky, and it is literally the only one that comes to mind.
When are your critiques not picky though, bud?
So she has heterochromia, right? So her eyes are different colors.
Right.
And first of all, it's always just for me a grievance how if you have heterochromia, you're always going to be a main character. Let's see a side character with heterochromia for once. Just one time ever.
It happens. It happens in anime.
Does it?
But we just haven't really covered any of them because most of them are pretty mid.
But with heterochromia, they then like pretend that it's some like awful deformity, but they tell us that rather than show us that because all of the characters we see who at all interact with it are just like, hey, that's really neat, which is like how the vast majority of people engage with heterochromia anyway. So I can sort of understand it being like sort of something you're self-conscious about, but they treat it as something like the sole reason that she is bullied and excluded, whereas we only see it as a thing people think is interesting or neat. So I don't think it's very well done on that point. I think that, once again, very nitpicky, but one of the few things that I think they just sort of fucked up.
Wow, Rem. So the show is a 0 out of 10. You absolutely hate it. Nobody should watch it. Worst anime of the season. Just go back and watch X-Arm instead. That is basically what you just said, right?
You took the words right out of my mouth, Sean, obviously. Yeah, I just thought it was a silly point. But hey, Sean, I have sectoral heterochromia, which sounds nice and adventurous. It just means I have a little bit of my eye that's different.
Yeah, you got them weird anime eyes, man. Like you better watch
Oh God, don't freak. No, I like my sectoral heterochromia, but don't go calling it weird anime eyes. I do not have weeb eyes, god damn it.
Look, man, you're one eye patch away from doing dramatic poses and vanquishing demons.
Fuck.
I can't wait. This is going to be an exciting time for us. Although that does mean I'm the goofy sidekick who gets his ass kicked most of the time, so I don't know if I'm ready for that.
That does sound like it fits far too well.
Yeah,
Far more well than it should.
Like, I might have moments of badassery here and there, but for the most part, I'm either obnoxious or getting my ass kicked or comic relief. It's only when I am really backed into a corner is when I unleash my true potential.
We're just back to Joey Wheeler again.
Oh,
That's
no.
just everything comes back to you being
It's Joey Wheeler all the way down, Ukes.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. But yeah, Sean, I want to discuss the show more, but there's not much more that I have to say. Like there's a lot of interesting notes that are going on here. A lot of interesting messages, but they're all pretty like if you watch it, you'll see it, and I don't want to spoil anything that's like too interesting. So it's like go check it out, and that's like all. Like this is gonna be a short episode, and I'm sorry about that. Cause like this show it feels like it deserves more, but I don't want to overstay my welcome. Everything I feel that has needed to be said has been said.
Yeah, the only thing I can think to add is one thing about this show that you'll notice almost immediately is that most of the animation budget goes into just the little human motions and interactions that these characters make. And
yeah.
it's money well spent. Like, we get some cool action scenes mixed in as well. But, like, just watching these characters, like, shuffle around, adjust their hair, like just these little tiny human like gestures and emotional movements are really nice, really subtle, and I am a big fan of that.
I would describe this show as if you took a Mr. Gibbles production, right? If you took some Ghibli and then you mixed it with a Madoka Magica or Promise Neverland. And if that sounds interesting to you, then I would strongly encourage you to check this show out.
Yeah, no, I mean, that basically sums it up for me. Funny you should mention Promise Neverland, by the way. The studio that made this one, Cloverworks, they're also the studio behind Promise Neverland.
They have a very specific niche, and that is my niche. They're a big fan of just dark child murder going on, intense themes mixed with, like, nostalgia and childlike whimsy, and I'm all for all of that.
Well, for the most part, yeah. We have covered some other Cloverworks productions. They don't have too many. The only one we've actually covered was Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, if you'll remember that one. The one that you wanted to dislike but ended up not being able to dislike.
It was such a weird one.
Oh yeah, no, they specialize.
I still am not 100% sure how I feel about that show.
Well, we'll have to come back to it later on. The movie dropped like in the past year and a half or so. I watched it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It made me a happy lad. Mai is still best girl. No doubts about that. But we're not here to talk about Mai. Wonder Egg Priority. It's just so good and also so fucked up. So fucked up.
It made me nice and uncomfortable in a nice, emotional, nostalgic, traumatic, weird way.
Which I think is the goal. I feel like that's the plan.
100%.
And since it's a newer show, there aren't a whole lot of ratings out on it for Mal. But if you had to guess, Rem, what do you think it is?
It's got to be okay, one sec. I'm going to go precise. It goes to the second decimal, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Definitely higher than an 8. I think I'm going to go pretty high here. 8.24.
8.24.
That's what I'm saying. Going exact, locking that answer in.
Well, with currently about 26,000 users, and taking into account that that's not very many for a
you know what? No, 8.22.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. And about only 5 episodes out currently. Wonder Egg Priority is currently sitting at an 8.29.
Ah, damn it. I was so close.
You were so close. You would have been much closer with your first guess. I was like,
that would have been awesome. That would have been so good.
Yeah, but if you are at all curious as to what the fuck we've been talking about, you need to go and watch it. It's not a show that can be very easily explained, as I described in the first episode. You can get a general idea of it's a lot of girls with depressed emotional issues going into a dream world to fight off like the embodiments of these existential crises and bad feelings and emotions to save girls who have lost their lives. And my God, if that's not dark enough and interesting enough for you, I don't know what you're doing. Like, it's so interesting and so fascinating, and honestly, it might be a contender for my anime of the year. I won't know until I finish the series, but like this early on, there's not a whole lot else out there that is like fascinating or is interesting for me right now.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I suppose, Rem, since it's going to be a bit of a short episode, I have one final question to ask. Any chance you want to watch some more Wonder Egg Priority with me?
You know what, Sean? I think I would very much, I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but yes, let's watch some more.
Oh, man. It's a very masochistic kind of enjoyment, I think. It's like, ooh, these are feelings I can relate to and hate.
Weirdly, I think the closest that we've gotten to this is like BoJack Horseman, which is just one hell of a comparison right there.
Wonder Egg Priority is the BoJack Horseman of anime. You heard it here, folks. This is the first. You'll never get a review like that anywhere else, only on this show. And with that, thank you all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed us trying to figure out how to describe a show that is very difficult to describe, then please leave a review on whatever platform you listen on, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, or if you want to help us grow, word of mouth is a great way to do it as well. Also, if you'd like to help us even more directly, including gaining access to all kinds of lovely bonus content and having the opportunity to have Remington horribly mispronounce your name, then you can head on over to patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. And Remington, who are the lovely people that we're thanking this week?
Well, of course, we would like to send our regards to all of our bland bitch protagonists as well as our magical girls. But we want to spend a special thanks out to our yandere waifus who are chasing us down with all of their little red gremlin demons to murder us and make us relive our past trauma. And on that list, we have Reverse Gizmo, Redneck Weeb, Kitty, week 1 of reminding Dylan to add the sound effect to RemHub's Patreon name, Juliana. Juliana, why are you showing up twice? What the fuck? Is there another missing person? What the fuck is happening?
Don't curse
do
out
this
our
to me.
patrons. They do good things for us.
I don't want there to be one. I gotta refresh the page. This happened before with like 6 people. Like, don't get me wrong, 1 is better than 6, but what? Okay, I refreshed and it's no, what? Fuck. Okay, it's fine. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna assume that between going pages, we lost a page.
We lost them to the ether. They're just gone now.
So we have Juliana. Tawa is unquestionably the cutest, but would you say Kirio, Picoro, Botan, or Corone has the most infectious laugh?
Corone. Oh. Listen to you pronounce Japanese names is hilarious. That would be Towa and Korone. But
no, there's good old coronavirus.
Okay, wow, how original. Most infectious laugh. I'll just go with Korone on that one, just because the doggo laugh is pretty amusing.
All right, the Booty Knight, Snap Snips, Scoopy Loopy Boopy Doopy Hoopy Goopy Oopy, Sarah Birch, Salty Pretzel, Remington is not a man of culture, Foxen Boy, Remington Mayoral, Ready to be Isekai'd, RemHub. Put out merch already, I want reasons to give you money. Maybe. Nick Harvey, Mahu No Pug Tears, Lonely Geek 23, Kyle Welsh, Kazu Morocco, Kabadon, Oya, such a cute Takadachi made its way over here. Jax, Inuyasha is my favorite cryptid. Ichigo Simp 015, H-Wood, Glenn Michael Dolan, Ghostly Bishi. Farmer, why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot weeb. Kevin McCutcheon, Darth Pikachu, Dark Swarm 713, Cheese Monkey, Ariel Bird, Apostle of the Church of Remington, Andrew Sinclair, Andrew Rowley.
I never thought that
Elise
our
Howard.
Patreon would be a platform.
It's a nice little clusterfuck. All glory to the great horned rat, yes. And last but not least, Alexander Nasian Senyo. Thank absolutely each and every one of you.
Half of those Patreon names were fucking like simping for VTubers, and I
Oh God.
which I
Oh
look,
no.
don't get me wrong, I get it. I understand. I'm well within the rabbit hole, but it definitely seems like a weird place to show your love. But hey, more power to you, lads.
Oh God. We move on. We're reaching that Elijah Wood Hogwarts boy wizard tier. And now everyone is going to get the literal meaning of the translation of the word Dementor into other languages. So
My God. I think you've made it to the core of the planet, Remington. You've dug so deep. All you're finding is molten rock, nickel, and depression.
No, you
Jesus
see, because
fuck.
it's so relevant, because like despair and trauma, and don't worry about it. We start with, let's see. We have the Brown Mamba. The Brown Mamba, you get, let's go with, dreariness. That's the Finnish translation.
Are you sure?
Yes. I have a page right here. Well, I'm not sure. I'm just trusting the page. But, you know, Spicy Log Horizon is one of the best written isekai used the BS Rule Hot Take. You're getting the Czech translation, which translates to Brain Plague. Then we have Rare Please Do More Cute Girls Doing Cute Things Kumiko. You are going to get... this is just the Greek one, which comes from Greek for mentally ill. Okay.
Oh.
Jesus.
What's-
Shit's fucked. Then we go to Pilkster, the Symphogear Advocate. Oh, you get Thai, which, the translation means Soul Warden, which is real good. That one's a good one.
Dang.
Miguel De Leon, you get, Turkish, similarly, Soul Sucker.
Not as good. Not as good.
Yeah, not quite.
That's a much different connotation. I mean, I know that's what they do, but, you know.
MT the Poet, you get Lithuanian, which is, mental or psycho. I call Bone Drew Daddy. You are going to get Indonesian, which is the Demon of Death and Happiness Remover.
That is a mouthful.
Yeah, a little bit. Enrique Perez Torres, you are going to get traditional Chinese, which is the Drive Mad Demon.
So wait, are these just like the translations and not like the actual pronounced words, or?
No, yeah, it's if you were to translate them into this language and then like translated them back.
Okay.
It's what they are in the books, basically, in these different languages, right?
Right.
And then translated back.
Yeah, because I was expecting a lot of foreign pronunciation from you, and I didn't get
Oh,
any.
fuck
so...
no. God, no. Yeah, no. God, no.
You have a hard enough time.
I'm busy butchering our patrons' names.
Yeah.
Let's go to. Did I just do Enrique, or am I doing Enrique now?
I think you just did Enrique, and if not,
Okay.
I apologize.
Sean, if not, Sean hates you, Enrique. Delina Perez, you are going to get. You're gonna get the simplified Chinese, which is the Take Soul monster. Last but not least, dedicated sadist. Well, I mean, we gotta do it. We gotta go for Japanese while we're chilling in East Asia, which is the Suction Soul Demon. It's modeled after the East Asian word for vampires. So,
Yeah,
there we
that
go.
works.
And finally, we reach our peak. We're getting to the Chefano Musco tier. Corey in the house. And everyone is going to get one of Sean's traumatic childhood memories.
Hey, hold on. I don't think
that's
I don't
going
think
to
that's
come back
appropriate.
and attack him with gremlins. Silicon Spectre, you are going to get Sean's childhood memory when he was going on a full-blown date with his body pillow in his bedroom. He thought his parents weren't home. His mom didn't knock, opened the door, saw him trying to feed the body pillow. He was paralyzed in fear. He couldn't explain it. Fun fact, they haven't not talked about it since. They never addressed it.
And now my family have moved out of state.
Yeah. Are they related? Who knows? Next we reach Religion Out of Context. This one actually comes from how Sean and I met, is this traumatic memory, where we've mentioned before we got involved with theater together, right?
Yeah, yep.
And he asked if he could practice a monologue to me, and I was like, sure, go for it. And it was a monologue all about how Sword Art Online was actually really good. Fuck the haters.
Okay,
It was a really,
okay.
He was really passionate.
The
and
body
it
pillow
was
one
a
was
dramatic
funny.
reading.
This
It was
one
better
is
than
just
expected,
fucking hearsay.
Last but not least, we have Omoto Aigao Uwu Rem Onishan Bababaka. And this is the time where Sean, believing that he had learned everything he needed to know on how to get ladies from anime, he tried to use the hand against the wall maneuver, right?
Kabedon.
Oh god, I hate he tried to do that. But he slipped and he ended up face planting into the wall right next to the girl, almost breaking his nose. It was bleeding everywhere. The girl just sort of like had to awkwardly shuffle away. And they never talked again. So those are 3 traumatic memories from Sean's childhood.
Yeah, and now people are gonna believe that for the rest of their lives because they don't trust me.
Okay. 2 of those are a joke. One of them is very real. Figure out which. If you'd like to contact us, whether it's for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can tweet us at AnimeConPod on Twitter or send an email over onto animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
Once again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in, and as always, don't fuck your sister. Oh no, I'm bullying the special needs.